Hey guys, Magic here once again with another cast of Kamikiri. He's going to be playing again against another Grandmasters level Terran. Hope you guys enjoyed this game. If you enjoyed the last game, you should love this one as well. Kamikiri just smashing face. And once again, we are going to be playing with some StarCraft 1 music. It's just kind of a nice festival or festive music for StarCraft 2. Personally, I don't like the StarCraft 2 music as much. StarCraft 1 music is it seems kind of dated, but at the same time, it's like awesome. So it's kind of like, I don't know. It's just one of those things. Like you play StarCraft 1 for a while and you get connected to the music, then it's just going to be awesome. If you haven't, then maybe you think the music sucks. But hey, you know what? It's my stream. I'll do whatever I want with it. Anyways, we'll get that started and then we'll get into this game. Let's unpause and resume. There we go. Alright, so Kamikiri has spawned at the bottom left once again as our blue Zerger. And his opponent is ohellooo, who is playing as our Grandmasters level Terran at the top right, also known as the red dude. So we got red against blue. Once again, I believe this is another ladder game. And it's at Antigua Shipyard, so I don't know, a lot of people think, oh, this map's kind of big. It's really not big. It's not like, I don't know, there's a lot of other bigger maps. Like, I think it's smaller than Metalopolis, map size-wise, but there's a lot of open space. I do want to point that out. A lot of open space for Zerg, so... anyways, I believe you guys are probably really familiar with the map. It is a ladder map, so I'm not going to talk too much about it, you know. So, anyways, Kamikiri just plopping out that Overlord. Terran getting up that supply at the wall, that good choke spots. You could have put it down here, but this is just such a wide open spot. This is not very awesome. So, I do like that position at the top of the ramp. Alright, so Kamikiri here, just continuing on to drone. We'll see when he plops down that hatchery, or if he goes for a pool or anything of that sort. Actually, the music sounds pretty loud here. I'm going to actually turn it down just a sec. There we go. Alright. I should put up the overlay, but whatever. So anyways, it looks like he's going to be going for a hatch first. No, he's going to scout. No, he is definitely going to go for a hatch first. That drone's coming down here. Going to be a plopping air down. Plopper down at 300, 300, 300, 300. There it is. Alright, right on 15. And we'll see when he puts down that pool, if he goes for gas first or not. Personally, and I think Kamikiri knows this too, I don't like getting the gas before the pool after you go hatchery. Now, if you're going for pool first, then yeah, getting the gas early is okay. I mean, you're going to have some extra money if you don't, so I mean, why not? But otherwise, it's good to just delay it a little bit because you're going to be able to drone up a lot harder once you get those two queens out. You know, because once you get a gas, that's one drone that isn't mining. That's like, you know, by that time, it's like 100 minerals, which is 2 drones, you know, and then plus the 3 that are in there that are doing it. So, I mean, that's like another, like, 200, 300. So, I mean, that's actually a lot that, you know, it adds up to quite a bit. And that might be a little bit exaggerated, like saying like 300 minerals from that, but it might be more like 200. But either way, it allows you to drone up a lot more. So if you delay it just a little bit and then get it, and then by the time he pushes, you can do some good stuff. But anyways, looks like Hello here is coming out with a couple of Marines, killing off that drone. We'll see. Actually, it looks like he is going to be going... No? Okay, he's going to be going for a factory. Factory after that barracks and going for reactor, I believe, with that barracks. He does have the gas for it. Otherwise, I was going to say he's probably going to be expanding. He definitely had almost enough money for it. And then, you know, I do see that a lot. You know, just one barracks, expand, and then you add on another barracks or a factory, or you just get up some bunkers, and then add on a factory. Either way, it's not good to go like expand and factory and then not have any bunkers, because they could really just punish you for it. So with that in mind, Kamikiri, you're probably not going to be doing that, but we'll see. Looks like he does have 4 Zerglings out, 2 Queens are about to pop, and he just got 100 gas for the speed, which is coming online. Where's that? There it is. There's that pool. And alright, so those 4 Zerglings mainly going to be scouting, checking things out. Meanwhile, it looks like 2 Marines coming out of the hole, just going to be Overlords hunting here. It looks like they found one. There's a big mean one they can pick off. Let's see if he flies away in time or not. Looks like, I don't know if he'll make it. That's 2 Marines, that's pretty fast. That's going to be a close one, I'm not sure, but the Zerglings are watching the watchtower. Now, one Zergling could definitely go into this little area here and just see when Terran expands, but, you know, he might just deny that with Marines. And, you know, it's just kind of nice to know, in my opinion, to have a Zergling there. Looks like Kamikiri just not going to have it. It's just going to be chilling at the main. Alright, or at the natural, I should say. Spine Crawler going down, gearing up for that Hellion pressure. And, well, he's going to have that speed as well. So with that, actually he has a third queen out here as well. So he's going to be sitting pretty good with that. That's a pretty tight defense. Personally, I like to go like 2 spines, maybe even 3, and then get up just a couple of Zerglings, just because I have my delayed speed so much. And actually, it looks like his speed is coming online at the exact same time mine would. So I don't know, maybe I'll just see those attacks sooner, because I hate dealing with them personally. Hellions, once they're in the base, they just, I don't know, it just sucks. You lose so many drones. And then, you know, depending on if they move back there or not, it looks like this Terran's going to be smart, not going to be doing that. And, well, the Creep Tumor's going to be killed off now, and that sucks. You definitely want to keep that alive, if at all possible, because Creep is good. Alright, so now 4 Hellions here, just patrolling back and forth, looking for that Spine Crawler. The Spine Crawler's there, not going to be going in there, just too risky, losing those Hellions. You know, especially since there's a couple of Zerglings back there. You know, if they got past the Spine, the Zerglings could just surround them, they could just die, so that's not awesome. That sucks. You know, that's 200 minerals that you don't have, that's 4 Marines, that's almost you know, that's like half an expansion right there. So, it's kind of a big deal. So anyways, the orbital is now floating over to the natural. Bunch of Marines and a bunker going up. And we'll see, what is he plopping down now? He's going for a couple more barracks, so it is going to be primarily, well, for now it looks like Hellion and Marines. Probably going to be switching that out in a moment. So yeah, I'm going to be switching that out. Actually, wow, this factory is just going to be used to make more reactors here. So that's kind of unusual to see you know, first of all, see a factory making reactors. Now, in case you don't know, players go for a lot of barracks and then reactors later on, because it takes time to make the reactor, and you're not making Marines during that time, so you're less safe. So I mean, that's really why you want to be getting up a bunch of barracks and then get up some other stuff. So I mean, it's just like a little bit better way of doing things, but at the same time, if you get them like this with a factory producing them, that's actually going to work out pretty good. So you know, if you're not going to use the factory, you're just going to make add-ons with it, yeah, you know what, do it. You can just swap things out with them and just add on add-ons one at a time, you know? It's all good. But anyways, it looks like ohellooo here is going to be sitting with a pretty tight defense. He does have 2 supply depots going up right there, and that 1 bunker. So, I mean, that 1 bunker is really not, doesn't sound like a lot, but the supply depots up there, it's really going to take a whole bunch of banelings or something to bust that bunker. And actually, banelings would just ruin this. But if you're just talking about Zerglings, Zerglings do not have a very wide field of attack. They'd have to go around, and since there is an opening, they're not going to automatically go around. They're going to just run up here, not attack or do anything. Just like 2 or 3 of them are going to be attacking, so that's not very good. So you know, just a little tidbit there, in case you are, you know, attempting some kind of defense. You want to not have your bunkers exposed as much as possible. See, now, if ohellooo moves out of his base with these Marines, that bunker is going to be pretty darn safe against Zergling run-bys. You know, it's actually in a pretty good position. Zerglings that run up here, you know, through this spot here and then around, are going to be attacked by the bunker the whole time. You know, like one's going up and then one's coming down. So that, you know, if you play tower defense, that, you know, that's like how you want to be playing it. So I mean, this guy probably a tower defense player or something. He knows what's up, and looks like he's pushing out now with that medevac and a handful, well, actually more than a handful of Marines. A lot of Marines there with that +1 attack and stim. Does he have combat shield? No combat shield. But, well, Kamikiri here actually has a whole bunch of banelings and Zerglings ready, standing guard, ready for this attack, and actually Terran is holding the watchtower with those Hellions. And, well, you know, that's the good thing about Hellions. You want to make sure Zerg doesn't have that watchtower, and then Zerg doesn't know this push is coming online. And then Zerg is either forced to make units like this, or he's forced to just die. So, Kamikiri here, knowing that, building on a whole bunch of units, going to be defending it just fine, it looks like. And, yeah, that sucks a lot. Creep Tumor's going down. But here comes the banelings, a lot of bangs. We're on the Zerglings, not enough Zerglings. You gotta wait for those Zerglings, man. You don't want all those banelings just dying before those Marines do anything. I mean, before they actually do anything. And, well, here comes the Zerglings. Banelings still sitting back here a little bit. He kind of wants that speed. Speed's about to finish. And now it's done. Alright, so now Terran is actually moving back. ohellooo here, playing a very good job here. Pulling back after taking out a whole bunch of Creep Tumors. Take what you can and get the heck out of Dodge. That is the good style. You know, take care of those Creep Tumors and then get out of there. So I mean, Zerg probably is massing up a whole bunch of guys. And if he scanned and saw all these Zerglings, I mean, if you're scanned and saw all these Zerglings, you should know they leave. I see a lot of players go in there and try to just do as much damage as possible, and it's like, oh, you're just going to lose all your dudes. It's like, it's not going to work, you know? You should take care of the creep. And then once the creep's gone, maybe you can do some attack like that, but if the creep's there, you're not going to be able to do it, so, you know, just don't run on creep and die, because that's what's going to happen. But anyways, he's come back to his base now, rejoining with some reinforcements, including the tank. That tank, of course, having that siege mode, and now the +1 is about to finish as well. So, with that in mind, it looks like Kamikiri here took a third a little while ago, and possibly going to be taking a fourth soon. I would take a fourth anyway. Maybe he's not going to. Maybe he's just going to get more units. And maybe that's why I suck at this matchup. Personally, this is my worst matchup, by far. Against Protoss, I just expand a lot and get a lot of circlings, and I just win. Like, it's just kind of weird, you know, but, against Terran, I generally lose with that kind of playstyle, so I mean, it's good to have some banelings, it's good to have some mutas, and definitely good to not expand too much, because I'm just going to kill you. But anyways, here comes the mutas going to be cleaning this up pretty easily. It looks like no mutas are going to be lost, and Kamikiri here just playing a very good job of defending that drop. Saw it coming with that overload that was picked off, and just killing it off. So ohellooo has expanded as well at his 3 bases, against 3 bases. Once Kamikiri here finds that, he might decide to expand. Looks like he's just going to be pressuring with some mutas for now. And he does have a bunch of Zerglings, remember, so I mean, he could just pressure back at the main, and then send the Zerglings here, and then once this army moves out of this position, just kill off the third. So it's really not much Terran can do, you know, about that. And yeah, this Terran, I don't know if he's going to have enough, I don't know. Well, it looks like he's going engineering bay. It's going to go down for sure. Nope. SPs are going to be repairing it and see if these turrets get off. Look, he does lose 1 muta there, and you got to be really careful of that. A couple of Marines coming in here. They just stemmed. Looks like Kamikiri here just definitely going to be pulling out of there. Being smarter than I am, I definitely just leave my mutas in there and they'd all die. And yeah, I think actually a lot of players have problems with that, because like you're busy macroing, you know, macros is very important, so you're back at your base spewing larvae and all that, and then like your mutas are just like gone by the time you come back. And it's like, darn it. You know, like, or it says like your forces are under attack, and then like you think, oh, okay, a Zergling died, but it's actually your mutas being slaughtered. So yeah, it sucks. But either way, it looks like ohellooo just doesn't have a lot of tanks, just gonna be sitting with a ton of Marines and just a few tanks. I don't know if I like that personally, just because banelings will just ruin you, and well, you need tanks to kill off those banelings. So I mean, if Kami just got up a whole lot of banelings, this would be in a lot of freaking trouble. You know, if he decides to attack, he's going to be in a lot of freaking trouble. Which is why I'm glad he's not attacking, sitting back, getting up some extra bases and all that, forcing Zerg, you know, to get more bases. And Zerg has a lot of units, so I mean, that in a way means that Zerg is not going to have a lot of drones, or at least not that many drones. He does have 69 drones. It's 69 to 65 SCVs, plus mules, so I mean, Terran's actually slightly ahead with that. And I mean, equal base is not very awesome either, so you need a lot of macro hatches. Looks like he has 1 there. Looks like only 1 for now. Definitely could add on another one, but he definitely has his 4th going up, so he's going to be just fine. Meanwhile, it looks like the muta's coming in one more time, going for that gas. Just picking off that gas to deny some more tanks, because tanks suck to deal with. Tanks are really freaking good. Now, I know a lot of you know Marines are good. Marines are, in fact, good. But when it comes to dealing with banelings and Zerglings, you need a good mixture of tanks for that. So I don't believe ohellooo here is going to achieve that mixture all that well. He does have actually a lot of tanks here. So, I mean, you know, if he moved out right now, it'd be okay, maybe. He's got to spread them out a little bit. And this doesn't feel like it's spread out enough, to be perfectly honest. But we'll see what he does. Zerg actually sitting on a ton of money here. 200 food, of course, and all that baller shit going on. Let's see, where's he going? He's going for a hive tech? Nope, no hive yet. Just getting up his +2s right now, and all that good stuff. I wish he would get a hive right now, but maybe he's trying to conserve his gas a little bit for his banelings or whatever. Personally, I would like to see him taking maybe another couple of bases just to get that gas count higher than he has. Anyways, looks like Terran pushing out, and Zerg coming in here. I feel like this is a little bit premature for Zerg, but Terran was unsieged. So all these Marines actually going, or actually all the Zerglings going after all the tanks, and all the banelings and mutas going after the Marines. The Marines were running away from those banelings, and now the tanks are cleaned up. I'd say that was a very good exchange for Kamikiri. You know, he didn't lose all that many mutas. He used his Zerglings against the tanks, took out all the expensive tanks, and now ohellooo here has nothing against those banelings. So I mean, he's not going to be sitting very pretty if Zerg decides to attack right now. If Zerg decides, I'm going to build up a ton of Zerglings and just kill you. So he's actually plopping down a 5th right now, so that's good. But I would like to see another macro hatch, since he is at, like, you know, once you're at 200 and you have like a couple thousand minerals, you should definitely be plopping down at least like 2 macro hatches, you know, just to, like, get, you know, so that once your army dies, you can just like replenish it right away and just smash face, because Terran's not going to have that capability. That's what the 300 food push is all about. And actually, it doesn't even have to be like a kill move. It could just be a defensive and then counterattack move or something like that, you know. But anyways, looks like Terran fortified on this high ground here by the watchtower. Mutas trying to get in there, but the Marines are just too fast, not going to have it. And all these Mutas are going to be forced to flock away. Don't lose to me. Oh, that sucks. You don't want to lose guys in that kind of situation. Tanks just barraging the place. You know, this is an extremely fortified position. If I was Kamikiri, I would definitely be going around. You know, I would actually Nidus at this time. Like, this is a perfect time to Nidus, in my opinion. Throw up like 2 or 3 here. Maybe just like, well, he doesn't really have the gas for it, so maybe not. But personally, I like you know, I like having a lot of gas and using a lot of Zerkins. So generally, for me, this is a little bit better, so I can put down a couple of Niduses, you know. But anyways, he does have a ton of banelings here. He does have the +2/+2 now finished. Terran going for his +3/+3 and +2 vehicles. So I mean, it looks like he's gearing up to do a slow push. Very nice indeed. You don't want to go too far on that creep with your tanks, and it looks like he's just going to be pushing a little bit with those Marines. Now he needs to assault a side base, I feel like. Kill some of those hatcheries so that Zerg can just not mass so many dudes. But, well, it looks like Terran maybe got a little bit too frisky with that attack, and he's just losing too many dudes here. Marines running for their lives. Baneling's going to be able to explode on those tanks and still be okay. And once the Mutas are just going to sit back there, a couple of turrets going up. I really feel like those Mutas definitely could have helped out a lot if he just took care of the turrets with a couple of banelings or something like that, but of course he didn't know they were there, and here comes a couple of SVs just to repair stuff, and maybe he's just about to sacrifice them. You know, he's around that level, and around, you know, that many planets, or I mean that many orbitals where he could just sacrifice SVs and haul down a lot of mules. So it looks like he's starting to do that a little bit, doesn't want to have too many SVs so he can get up a bigger food count of army. And, well, a couple of banelings being morphed here a little bit late on the draw, and a bunch of Marines coming in here to do a bunch of damage to that. Now, banelings, I'm not sure what their armor is when they're morphing, but I'm sure it might, well, I don't know if it is. I mean, I'm thinking that it might be a little bit higher than normal, but maybe not, maybe not. Maybe, I mean, I'm thinking it's like an egg, so, like, infested Terran eggs have higher armor. Eggs at the hatchery from the larva, you know, have higher armor. Oh, you can't even see the armor, but it's like 10 or something like that, so like it's hard to kill an egg. So I mean, I'm wondering if baneling eggs are the same. And well, he definitely has enough forces here now. But Hello coming in here, maybe doing another slow push. He took care of the creep a little bit, so it's going to aid him quite a lot. And well, baneling's gonna maybe surround the place up once more. The tank's actually in a pretty good position, just blocking the place, so the banelings can't get in there before they're gone. Well, the baneling's just going to explode on them, whatever. You know, their tanks, they're good to have as Terran, so I mean, if you explode your banelings on them, not a huge deal. And now here comes the Mutas flocking around, killing off that tank, and, well, Hello is in a tight position here. He does have the gold, he does have a planetary, but at the same time, he just doesn't have a lot of units. You know, Zerg, if you get enough banelings, you can just break it down, you know, why not? So, I mean, Hello here is in a very, very tight position here. He has a lot of barracks is up, and actually he has a ton of gas, just like Kamikiri now, so I mean, that nice play would be really good right now, to be perfectly honest. At the same time, I really wish he would add on some more gas-producing structures. Gas-using structures like factories, but he's just added on a whole bunch of barracks. And I see that a lot in Terran play. You know, this high-level play even, you know, when you get to this late stage of the game, players just add on a bunch of barracks instead of factories. But anyway, Zerg coming in here, surrounding a lot of those Marines, but the banelings are a little bit too far behind. And while those missile turrets were cleaning up the Marines here, going for, or I mean, the Mutas going for a lot of those SCVs. And now the Bang's going for the planetary. The planetary is definitely going to be falling, and there it goes, kaboom. A lot of Marines still alive, but not enough to really take care of this. So all these units are going to be just plating the place up. And well, this expansion is going to be probably killed off as well. He probably was just using that for mules, but he could have definitely expanded with that as well. Either way, these Muta is going to be cleaning it up. Terran sitting with that +3/+3, but it's just not going to be enough. Kamikiri here is just having way too many Zerglings, and he definitely has the money to do so. Let's see, 76 drones, that might be the magic number. Maybe you don't want 80, maybe you don't want 70, maybe 70, whatever, you know, or 83 is good. Apparently just made some drones, so whatever. But more banelings are being morphed. Looks like 24 to be exact. And he's gearing up for another assault, possibly at this third expansion. Possibly just for main assaults. Personally, I love my counterattacks. I love my angled, attack from multiple angled things. Or multi-attacks, I guess I should say. But, if you're doing these straight pushes and you're successful at it, why the heck not, Just smash and face. Not enough tanks to deal with this, and not enough Marines. I mean, I don't know what the tank could have done in this position, to be perfectly honest. Maybe just spent that gas and got more tank. Maybe just had better placement and better positioning on those tanks. Maybe instead of getting so many Marines, teching up, getting something else, like some Hellions with those tanks or something like that. A Hellion Marine tank, and then something else could have been probably pretty good. Anyways, there's a drop in the back here. Going to be cleaning up that spine and that queen. So Kamikiri going to be losing a couple of drones, but it's really not much. That's not going to be enough to get back in the game here. Hello would have to have another expansion, and you'd have to be getting up like another one to really have this really count in this big way, or in a big enough way to matter. But anyways, just cleaning. It's going to be cleaned up here by all these mutas. Banelings now continuing on to the center of the map with their reinforcements. A couple of drones popping out here as well, so it looks like Kamikiri got a couple of extra drones to replace the lost ones there. And, well, coming out once again with a bunch of Marines and some tanks. This is... you don't necessarily have to, go in there and kill his stuff. If you're able to just defend, and take care of his, any new expansions, then he's just going to starve. And I love things like that, just starving your opponents. Saying, you know what, you got to attack me. You have small forces, you're going to have to come and get me. And that's actually pretty good, because the defending player always has the advantage. With just, like all these buildings back here, all these supply depots hindering the Zerglings from getting in there. If there's a bunch of Marines and stuff, those Marines are going to be able to move pretty freely, but Zerglings and Banelings are not. So with that in mind, it's kind of like, you can't sit there and attack a player that's well defended, especially a Terran player. So very well played there from Kamikiri. And hello, well, better luck next time. Hopefully you won't get smashed. But anyways, this is Magic signing off. Hope you guys enjoyed the casting, and I hope you guys enjoyed the music. Once again, it's StarCraft 1 music. Alright.